Hello students, how are you all? In last class you learned packing efficiency and calculation of packing efficiency of simple cubic unit cell. The today's topic is packing efficiency of CCP structure. CCP means cubic close packing. It is similar to FCC, face centered cubic unit cell. So first let us draw the structure of FCC, face centered cubic unit cell. So this is the structure of FCC. So we know very well that in FCC structure the constant particles present at each and every corner positions. In addition to the corners, the constant particles present at centers of each face. So at the centers of each face there is a constant particles. In addition to the constant particle present at centers of each face, the constant particles are present at each and every corner. So first let us draw the spheres at corners. I'm labeling this corner as A, this I'm labeling as B, C, D, E, F, G, and this is the H. So I'm taking this corner, I'm taking this face. This face, so there is a constant particle present at the centers of face, center of face, and constant particle present at the corner positions. So I'm taking this corner. Here is the constant particle, sphere or atom, and here is another atom. Right. So at face center there is an atom. So this is the face center. At face center there is an atom. So I took this face. Now, so this is the structure of FCC, face centered cubic unit cell, similar to CCP. Now the point is, while writing the efficiency of a crystal systems like simple cubic unit cell, CCP or FCC or BCC, body centered cubic unit cell, we have to write 4 points. That first point is, we have to find out the total number of spheres per unit cell. Total number of spheres per unit cell. The total number of spheres per unit cell is equal to, we have 8 corners. So the particles present at corners, the particles present at corner plus the particles present at face center. So we know very well that the particles present at corner positions and particles present at face centers. So how many corners we have? 8 corners. So 8 into what is the contribution of lattice point for unit cell is at corner position 1 by 8. So 8 into 1 by 8 plus how many faces we have? So 1, 2, 3, 4. One is the front side, one is the back side. Total number of faces is 6. 6 into what is the contribution at face center? 1 by 2. So that is equal to 1 plus 3, that is equal to 4. The number of spheres, the number of atoms per unit cell is 4. This is the first point. And the second point is volume of each sphere. Volume of each sphere. The volume of each sphere is equal to, what is the formula we have? So 4/3 pi r cube. This is the second point. And the third one is volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell. The volume of unit cell is equal to A cube. Volume of unit cell is A cube. And the fourth one is we have to write the relationship between the edge length, and we have to the relation between the edge length and the radius of sphere. Relationship between edge length A and the radius of sphere is R. Relationship between A and R. So first we have to find the relation between the A and R. So for this case, I am taking this face center. So this is an atom A, and the atom present at corner A, and one atom present at corner C, and between one atom present at the face center. Right? The point is, so we have to find out this face diagonal. This distance, face diagonal. This face diagonal I am labeling as B. This face diagonal I am labeling as B. Right? In triangle A B C I'm taking A, B, C. So by using Pythagorean equation, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, right? So AC square is nothing but what we have taken is B. AC square is equal to B. B is equal to AB square in the sense this is the edge length A. So AB is equal to edge length A. This will become A square plus BC square. This is the edge length A. This distance we are labeling as edge length A. So BC square in the sense A square. So face diagonal, AC is the face diagonal. So AC square is equal to, we have to labeling as a B, and AB is the edge length and BC is also a edge length. So AB square is equal to A square plus BC square is nothing but A square. So B is equal, sorry, B square this is, B square is equal to A square plus A square. So B square is equal to 2A square. B square is equal to 2A square. Then B is equal to root 2A. So this root 2A is the face diagonal. Face diagonal. So face diagonal is equal to, what is the face diagonal? Nothing but what? B. So B is equal to nothing but what we have taken? AC. So B is equal to AC. So we know very well that this is a sphere, its radius I am labeling as R. So this is the corner sphere, its radius I am labeling as R. So this is the sphere present in the face center, its radius is R, and here is the radius. So the face diagonal AC, nothing but B is equal to R plus R plus R plus R. Total we have is 4R. So face diagonal B is equal to 4R. So this is face diagonal AC. AC is nothing but B value, face diagonal. Face diagonal we have the three spheres are in contact with each other. The radius of this sphere is R, and the radius of this sphere is R, and the radius of this sphere is R plus R. Total is we have 4R. So R plus R plus R plus R. Total we have 4R. That means face diagonal value is equal to B is equal to 4R. Here we calculate the B value. B is equal to what we got? Root 2A. So root 2A, substitute the B value in a given equation. So root 2A is equal to 4R. Then A is equal to 4R by root 2. So this is the edge length A is equal to 4R by root 2. So rationalize this equation with root 2, then A is equal to 4R by root 2 into root 2 by root 2. Then equation get to A is equal to 2 root 2R. So this is the edge length of this unit cell. Now we have to calculate the packing efficiency. This is the relationship between the A and R. This equation directly can take. This equation you can directly take the relation between the edge length and R. This relation also you can take. A relationship between the edge length A and radius of sphere. So we can find out the 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have to find out the packing efficiency. So we know very well that packing efficiency formula, packing efficiency P is equal to, what is the formula? Number of spheres. Number of spheres into volume of each sphere. Volume of each sphere. Number of spheres into volume of each sphere divided by we have to take a volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell into we have to write 100 into 100. Then simplify it. That is equal to number of spheres. How many number of spheres we got for unit cell? 4. So substitute the value 4. So 4 into next volume of each sphere. Volume of each sphere is equal to 4/3 pi r cube. 4/3 pi r cube by volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell, what is the formula? What we have? A cube. So A cube into 100 into 100. Next, that is equal to, upon simplifying, 4 for 16. So 16 by 3 pi r cube by A is equal to, what is the A value we got to? 2 root 2 r. Substitute here. So 2 root 2 r whole cube into 100. Isn't it? The next, that is equal to 16 by 3 pi r cube. 16 by 3 pi r cube. This is a 2 cube, nothing but we have to take as 8. So 8 into 2 root 2 r cube into 100 upon simplification. So here is a r cube will get cancel. So 8 2s are 16. So 16 will get cancelled. The remaining what we have is that is equal to pi by 2 pi by 3 root 2 into 100. So pi by 3 root 2 into 100. So upon simplification you will get 74%. The packing efficiency of FCC lattice that is equal to 74%. Next, percentage of empty space. So we have to calculate percentage of empty space. The percentage of empty space is equal to 100 minus packing efficiency. Packing efficiency we got how much? 74. So 74. That is equal to how much we got? 26%. So the empty space is 26%. The packing efficiency is 74%. So this is the packing efficiency of CCP or FCC. So the packing efficiency of CCP is 74% and the percentage of empty space is 26%. So whatever the unit cell it may be, so we have to find these 4 points. We have to find the total number of spheres per unit cell, volume of each sphere and the volume of unit cell, and the total. Next one is relationship between edge length A and radius of sphere, and this is the formula of packing efficiency, number of spheres into volume of each sphere by volume of unit cell into 100. So this is the second one, packing efficiency of CCP structure. Yesterday we discussed the first one, simple cubic unit cell. So this is the second one, FCC. Next, packing efficiency of BCC structure. BCC means body centered cubic unit cell. So first we have to draw the structure of BCC. The BCC unit cell consists the constant particle at body center. In addition to that, the constant particle present at corner positions. First, let us draw the structure of BCC. So this is the BCC structure unit cell. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and this is the H. Right. So first we have to look at the spheres. Suppose I am taking the constant particle present at F position and I am taking the constant particle at A corner. So this is the particle. At F corner I am taking the constant particle or atom or a sphere. I am taking the sphere at A corner. And we have to take one sphere at its body center. So the one sphere is present at the body center. All the spheres are touching each other. So this is the sphere present at the body center. This is sphere or atom present at the body center. So this is the sphere present at the F corner and this is the sphere present at the A corner. So we have to write again 3 points. 4 points. The first one is total number of spheres per unit cell. Total number of spheres per unit cell. The total number of spheres per unit cell, what is the formula we have? That is equal to at corner plus body center. At body center. Corner and at body center. At corner we have 8 corners, 8 into 1 by 8 plus at body center we have 1 sphere. The total number of spheres is equal to 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2 spheres. The number of spheres present in the BCC structure is 2. And the second one is volume of each sphere. Volume of each sphere. Volume of each sphere is equal to formula we have 4/3 pi r cube. Common point. And this point is also common. Volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell is equal to a cube. And the fourth one we have to write a relationship between the edge length A and the radius of sphere. So relationship between A and R. relationship between edge length A and radius of sphere R. So first if you can find the relation between A and R. For this case, first I am taking we have to find out the face diagonal. So this face diagonal we have to find out. This face diagonal I am labeling as B. So we have to find out this face diagonal. I am taking triangle EFD. In triangle EFD. So FD square is equal to, by using Pythagoras equation, FD square is equal to EF square plus ED square. So FD square is nothing but what you have to take B square. Then B square is equal to EF square. EF is nothing but this is the edge length what? A. So this is the edge length, ED is the edge length A. So these are the two are the edge length. So EF edge length is A. This is A square plus ED square. Edge length is what? A. This is also A square. Then B square is equal to 2A square. Then B is equal to root 2A. So we find the face diagonal. So we find this face diagonal. Next we have to find out the body diagonal from here to here. So this is the body diagonal. This body diagonal labeling as a small c. So from the in triangle FAD, from the triangle FAD or ADF you can take. From the triangle ADF or FAD can take from the triangle ADF is equal to, we have to take FA square. AF square is equal to FD square plus AD square by using Pythagoras equation. So from the triangle FAD, from the triangle or ADF we can take FD square. FA square is equal to AF square is equal to, we can take FD square plus AD square. So AF square is equal to, AF square is nothing but we can take as C square. So C square is equal to, we are taking the C is nothing but this face diagonal, so body diagonal. So this is body diagonal. So body diagonal is equal to FD square. FD square is nothing but what we have to write? B square. So B square plus AD square is nothing but what we have to write? A square. This is the edge length. This I am labeling as A square. So already we know B square. B square is nothing but what we have to write? 2A square. So 2A square plus A square. This is nothing but C square. Then C square is equal to 3A square. Isn't it? Then C is equal to root 3A. So this is the face diagonal. C is equal to body diagonal. Body diagonal C is equal to root 3A. And we know very well that body diagonal, so this is the radius R, for this sphere this is the radius of R, for this sphere this is the radius R, for this sphere this is the radius R, for this sphere this is the radius of R. The total body diagonal is equal to R plus R plus R plus R. Total we have to take is 4R. Then face diagonal, body diagonal, I will write here. Body diagonal. So body diagonal is equal to what we have taken? C, that is equal to C nothing but what we have taken is AF. So how much you can take? 4R. So body diagonal is equal to 4R. The C is nothing but what we have to write? C is nothing but what? Root 3A. So root 3A is equal to 4R. So A is equal to 4R by root 3. So this is the relationship between the edge length and radius of a sphere for the BCC structure. For BCC structure, relation between the edge length and radius of sphere A is equal to 4R by root 3. Now we have to find out packing efficiency. The packing efficiency PE is equal to, what is the formula? Number of spheres into volume of each sphere divided by total volume of unit cell unit cell into 100. So substitute the, what is the values we got? Number of space we got. The number of space we got is that is equal to 2. So 2 into volume of each sphere. We know that 4/3 pi r cube. So 2 into 4/3 pi r cube by. So we have volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell, what we have to write? A cube into 100. So that is equal to 2 into 2 4s are 8. 8 by 3 pi r cube. 8 by 3 pi r cube. A cube is nothing but what you have to substitute. A cube is equal to, A value has 4r by root 3. 4r by root 3 whole cube into 100. Isn't it? Then simplify it. So this is 8 by 3 pi r cube by 4 cube. That means you can take 64. 64 into, upon simplification this one, 64 into 3 root 3 r cube into 100. So upon simplification you will get a 68%. Upon simplification you get 68%. Packing efficiency P is equal to 68%. Next we have to find out percentage of empty space. The percentage of empty space is equal to 100 minus 68. So 100 minus 68, that is equal to 32%. The percentage of empty space in the BCC structure is 32 and the packing efficiency is 68. So this is the packing efficiency of BCC structure. So here also we wrote 4 points. One is total number of space per unit cell. The next one is volume of each sphere, volume of unit cell, and relationship between the edge length A and R. So for this case, first we have to find out the face diagonal. So face diagonal from triangle EFD. From EFD we will get face diagonal is equal to root 2a. So this face diagonal is root 2a. So after that we have to find out the body diagonal. So from the body diagonal from F to A to F. So we can find the body diagonal by from triangle ADF or AFD also you can take. So from this we find out body diagonal is equal to C is equal to root 3a. This C is nothing but I'm labeling as body diagonal C. So here is body diagonal is C is nothing but R in R plus R. Here is this R is the radius of sphere present at the F position, F corner, and 1r is the radius of sphere present at A corner, and R plus R is the radius of sphere which is present in the body center. So R plus R, total we have is 4r. 4r is nothing but body diagonal. Body diagonal is equal to 4r. So body diagonal what we have to get is root 3a. Body diagonal is equal to root 3a. So root 3a is equal to 4r. So this is the relationship between the edge length A and radius of sphere. So we know the formula of packing efficiency. So substitute all the things. Number of space you can substitute here. Number of space and volume of each space substitute here. Next volume of unit cell substitute here. And next A value you can substitute. Edge length already we find A is equal to 4r by root 3. This value substitute here. Then we will get, upon simplification we will get 68%. So this is the packing efficiency of BCC structure. Next topic, calculations involving unit cell dimensions. So first let's draw the structure of a unit cell. So I'm taking any unit cell. This is the structure of unit cell. Right, any unit cell you can take, simple cubic unit cell take, or body centered you can take, or face centered unit cell you can take. So we have to calculate calculations involving unit cell dimensions. In that the first one is the number of atoms present in the unit cell. Number of atoms. Number of atoms per unit cell. The number of atoms present in unit cell is equal to, I'm labeling as Z. The number of atoms present in unit cell I'm labeling as Z. So for the Z value for FCC, I'm drawing one table here. So Z value. Here is unit cell value of Z. If you take simple cubic unit cell, number of atoms is equal to 1. Already we calculated number of atoms per unit cell, or number of atoms in a one unit cell. Next I am taking a BCC, body centered unit cell. The number of atoms we calculated already. Its number of atoms is equal to 2. Next, number of atoms in the face-centered cubic unit cell. The number of atoms is how many? Sorry, 4. The number of atoms in the FCC is 4. Z value is equal to, in the case of SC is simple cubic is 1, BCC is 2, FCC is 4. So this is the first point. The next one is mass of each atom. Mass of each atom. So 2 atoms is there, and mass of each atom labeling as a small m. The small m is the mass of each atom. This is the second point. The third point is a mass of unit cell. Mass of unit cell. The mass of unit cell I am labeling as mass of unit cell is equal to number of atoms into mass of each atom. So mass of unit cell is nothing but Z into M. So mass of unit cell is equal to number of atoms into mass of each atom. The total mass is will get mass of this unit cell. Next, mass of single atom. Mass of single atom, nothing but M. The mass of single atom, this is mass of each atom, nothing but mass of single atom, that is equal to molar mass, but this is M only. M is equal to molar mass by molecular mass by Avogadro number. So molecular mass by Avogadro number. So we have to find out the density of unit cell. Next, density of unit cell. Density of unit cell. The density of unit cell is equal to D. We know very well the formula. So density D is equal to M by V, mass by volume. Density formula, density is equal to M by V. So density is equal to mass of unit cell. So mass of unit cell divided by volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell. I think what I mean is number of atoms per unit cell is Z, and number of mass of each atom in the unit cell is labeled as M. Mass of unit cell, the total mass of unit cell, how do you get number of atoms multiplied with mass of each atom. Number of atoms into mass of each atom is equal to mass of unit cell you will get. So mass of single atom, nothing but mass of each atom is equal to mass of single atom is equal to molar mass by Avogadro number. Molar mass by Avogadro number will get a mass of single atom, mass of each atom. So we have to find out the density of this unit cell. The density of unit cell is equal to density, we use the formula mass by volume. So mass of unit cell by volume of unit cell. I think you are following me. That is equal to mass of unit cell. Already I wrote here. Mass of unit cell is equal to what? Z into M. The mass of unit cell is equal to Z into M by volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell. So here we have to write one more point. So point number 5. Volume of unit cell. Volume of unit cell is that is equal to A cube. The next one is volume of unit cell is equal to A cube. So this is A cube. So density D is equal to Z into M by A cube. Then D is equal to Z into M by. So here is M already we know. M is equal to nothing but mass of single atom is equal to molar mass by Avogadro number. In the place of M I am substituting molar mass by Avogadro number. So by volume of unit cell. Then final equation density D is equal to Z into molar mass by A cube into Avogadro number. So this is the formula we have to use to calculate the density of unit cell. Density D is equal to Z into M by A cube into Avogadro number. So this is the formula we have to use to calculate density. So based on this formula we have certain problems. Now let's discuss problems one by one. Next, problems based on calculations involving unit cell dimensions. In that problem number 1. So first let's read the problem. X-ray diffraction study shows that copper crystallizes in an FCC unit cell with edge length of 3.608 into 10 power minus 8 centimeters In a separate experiment, copper is determined to have a density of 8.92 gram per centimeter cube. Calculate the atomic mass of copper. So whenever the problem is given in a chemistry, first what we have to do is what we have to calculate, put it a question mark. After that, what is the data is given, so write the what is the data is given. Next, first we have to put the what we have to calculate atomic mass of copper. First put it as a question mark. Atomic mass of copper I am labeling as m is equal to question mark. Next, what is the data is given, we have to write. So what is the data is given? X-ray diffraction studies shows that copper crystallizes in an FCC unit cell with edge length of 3.608 10 power minus 8 centimeters. Edge length A is given. So edge length A is equal to 3.608 into 10 to the power of minus 8 centimeters. Edge length is given. Next, in a separate experiment, copper is determined to have density is given. D is equal to 8.92 gram per centimeter cube. Density is given. Next, what is asking is calculate atomic mass of copper. Already we put question mark. So in addition to this, we have two more data. Z value they won't give. He mentioned as an FCC lattice. FCC is mentioned. FCC in a sense we have to find out the number of atoms. We know very well that FCC unit cell has Z is equal to 4. For single cubic unit cell Z is equal to 1. For BCC Z is equal to, for FCC Z is equal to 4. Next, Avogadro number they won't give, we have to remember it. Avogadro number is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms per mole. So atoms per mole. So nothing but here is 4 atoms is there. So we have to find out molar mass. So we have the formula to calculate the molar mass. So density D is equal to Z into M by A cube into Ma, Avogadro number. This is the formula. So we have to modify this formula. So we have to calculate the M. Then M is equal to D into A cube into Avogadro number by Z. This is the M. So this is the formula we have to use. Substitute the what is the values is given. D is given. D is equal to 8.92 into 8.92 gram per centimeter cube. 8.92 gram centimeter inverse 3 into. Next, A cube is given. Edge length is equal to how much is given? 3.608 into 10 to the power of minus 8 centimeters. So A cube is there, whole cube. Into Avogadro number we know very well. This is 0.023 into 10 raised to 23 by this is atoms per mole. Atoms per mole. Next, Z is equal to how much? 4 atoms. 4 atoms. Next, we have to simplify it. So here is a centimeter cube inverse 3. Here is centimeter cube is there. Will cancel. Next, here is atoms, and these atoms cancel. The remaining what unit we have is gram per mole. So upon simplification we get 63.1 gram per mole. So in terms of unit mass 63.1 U. This U represents unified mass. So both are correct. So molar mass of atomic mass of copper is equal to 63.1 gram per mole or 63.1 unified mass. So this is the problem number 1. Next problem. So let's read the problem. Silver forms CCP lattice and X-ray studies of its crystal shows that the edge length of its unit cell is 408.6 picometers. Calculate the density of silver. Atomic mass is given 107.9 U. So first let us write the data. First what you have to calculate? Calculate the density of silver. So put it as question mark. So we have to calculate density. D is a question mark. Next, what is the data is given? We have to write them. So, silver from CCF lattice X-ray study of its crystal shows that edge length of unit cell is 408.6 picometers. So, A is given. A is equal to 408.6 picometers. So, convert the picometers into meters. So, 1 picometer is equal to 10 power minus 12 meters. So, 1 picometer is equal to 10 power minus 12 meters. So, that means 408.6 into 10 power minus 12 meters. So, A is equal to 408.6 into 10 power minus 12 meters. So, edge length we got. Next, calculate the density. All we have to put question mark density, and atomic mass is given. Atomic mass is given in the bracket. This is nothing but m. So m is given how much? 107.9 u. So here is atomic mass in the form of unified mass. So this is in terms of meters. So unified mass you can take convert in the form of kgs. That is equal to 107.9 into 10 power 3 kg. Actually this unified mass is nothing but you can take it as a gram per mole. This is in the form of gram per mole. So 107.9 10 power minus 3 kg per mole. That means kg mole inverse. So gram per mole nothing but you can take as unified mass 107.9 unified mass, or we can take a 107.9 gram per mole. So here is this in terms of meters is that, so we have to convert grams into kgs. So 1 gram is equal to 10 power minus 3 kg. So 10 power minus 3 kg mole inverse. Next Z value. So Z silver from CCP lattice. CCP nothing but FCC. We can take Z is equal to 4. Z is equal to 4. CCP or FCC Z value is equal to 4. Next, Avogadro number Na is equal to 6.0222 into 10 power 23 atoms per mole or particles per mole. Z is equal to 4 atoms. So substitute all the values in a formula. So what is the formula we have for density? Density D is equal to Z into M by A cube into Na. Isn't it? That is equal to, so Z is equal to how much? 4 atoms. 4 into M is given how much? 107.9 into 10 power minus 3 kg per mole. Kg per mole divided by A cube. A is equal to how much we got? 408.6 into 10 power minus 12 meter whole cube. A cube is there, we have A cube, that means 408.6 into 10 power minus 12 whole cube into Avogadro number is how much? 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms per mole, isn't it? So upon simplification this you will get 10.5 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. So this is the density. So density is equal to 10.5 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. This is the second problem. Next, look at the problem number 3. An element with molar mass 2.7 into 10 power minus 2 kg per mole forms a cubic unit cell with edge length of 4.405 picometers. Its density is 2.7 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. What is the nature of unit cell? So we have to find out what is the nature of unit cell. So this is the in-text question from NCERT book, in-text question. So we have to find the nature of unit cell. Nothing but we have to find out what is the Z value. In the problem number 1, we find what is the M value, molar mass. In the problem number 2, we find the density. In the problem number 3, we are going to find nature of unit cell, nothing but Z. That may be FCC or BCC or CCP, we have to find a simple cubic. Next, what is the data is given? Molar mass is given. So M is equal to how much is given? 2.7 into 10 to the power of minus 2 kg per mole is given. Molar mass is given. Next, forms cubic unit cell with edge length of 405 picometers. Edge length A is given. A is equal to 405 picometers. So that is equal to, we have to convert into meters. That means 405 into 1 picometer. All I wrote here. 1 picometer is equal to, here I wrote, 1 picometer is equal to 10 power minus 12 meters into 10 power minus 12 meters is equal to 405 into 10 power minus 12 meters. Next, what is the data given? Density is given. So density D is equal to 2.7 into 2.7 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube is given. So D is given. Next, Avogadro number not given, we have to take Avogadro number. Avogadro number Na is equal to, what is the value? 6.022 into 10 power 23 atoms per mole. So this is the data is given to us. We have to calculate what is the Z nature of unit cell, we have to find out, isn't it? Then we have the formula density D is equal to Z into M by A cube into Na. A cube into Na. This is the formula we have to use. Substitute all the data. What is the data is given. So in this case, we have to find out Z value. So Z is equal to what we have to write? D into A cube into Na by M. So substitute all what is the data is given. D is given. D is equal to how much? 2.7 into 10 power 3 into 2.7 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube. Next, A cube. A is given how much? 405 picometer. That means 405 into 10 power minus 12 meters whole cube into Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 power 23, isn't it? Divided by what we have to write? M is equal to how much is given? Mass 2.7 into 10 power minus 2, isn't it? Upon simplification of this equation, we will get Z approximately is equal to 4. Approximately get Z is equal to 4. So Z is equal to 4 in the sense the unit cell is CCP, or you can take a FCC. So this is the problem number 3. So whenever the problem is given, calculations involving the unit cell dimensions, so you have to follow the same concept. So the similar way we have to do. So next class I will come out with another continuation topic.